Hello, my name is Brian Mayer. I am a family law attorney practicing throughout Southern California. And the question I'm answering today is who gets to claim kids as dependents on their federal income tax when custody is split between the parents? So, to answer this question, the first thing that we look at is what the custody order says, okay? And specifically, how the custody order divides the custody time between the parents. So let's say that the custody order places 60% of the custody time with dad and 40% of custody time with mom. In that situation, dad will get to claim the kids because the rule is that whoever has the kids at least 50% of the time is the one who's going to be eligible to claim the kids as dependents on their taxes. So if the custody order says, okay, clearly says dad has the kids at least 50% of the time, that is going to be persuasive in terms of what the custody division is. The next thing that we look at is what was the actual division of custody time. Now, what the actual division is, it takes priority over what the custody time is on paper. So using the same example, let's say that dad on paper has custody of the kids 60% of the time and mom has custody of the kids 40% of the time. But in actuality, the kids are staying overnight with mom all the time. Mom's the one who's picking them up at school. They're really staying with mom, let's say 75% of the time, okay? In that situation, despite the fact that the custody order says that the kids stay with dad for 60% of the time, in actuality, they're with mom and in mom's care for 75% of the time. So in that situation, mom would be the one who's eligible to claim the kids as dependents on her income tax return. Now, after we look at that, the next thing we look at is if the order specifically states that either parent may claim the kids on their taxes, and that's going to take precedent over everything. So using that last example, let's say dad has the kids on paper 60% of the time, mom has them on paper 40% of the time. In actuality, mom has the kids 75% of the time, but the order says that mom gets to claim the kids on odd numbered tax years, dad gets to claim the kids on even numbered tax years. That last piece is going to take precedent over the custody split on paper. It's going to take precedent over the actual custody split. If it's odd, it goes to one. If it's an odd year, it goes to one parent. If it's even 1 year, it goes to the other parent, and that's it. That takes precedent. A lot of times, we also see a situation where there's more than one kid, and maybe dad gets to claim the daughter on his taxes. Mom gets to claim the son on her taxes, and that's how it's spelled out in the order. That's what's going to take precedent. So that's how it's handled. You look first, what is the custody split on paper? You look next, what is the actual custody split? And then lastly, you look at whether the order specifically states that one parent or the other is able to claim the kids on taxes. Now, another question that commonly comes up with this is what happens if one parent claims the kid on their taxes and they really don't have the right to do so? Well, here's what happens. Okay, let's say that mom and dad both file income tax returns, and let's say that mom is entitled to claim the kids, but dad files and claims them anyway. Okay, what will happen is that first, whoever files first is the one who's going to initially get the deduction for the kids. Okay, they're going to be the first ones. Basically, it's whoever gets there first is going to be the one who claims them. Now, when the second parent files as well, what's going to happen is both parents are automatically going to be audited by the IRS. Not fun. You don't want to do it. But both parents are going to be audited by the IRS due to this discrepancy. The IRS will look into it. The parents will be able to present their information. And ultimately, assuming mom is in the right and she's legally the one who's able to claim the kids, she will get that deduction. And dad will have to pay back the IRS whatever he owes the IRS for having incorrectly claimed the kids as dependents. Now, the problem with this, of course, is aside from the gross inconvenience of being audited, oftentimes you have to wait months or possibly even years to get this straightened out. So what I'd say to any parent who is concerned that the other parent is going to incorrectly claim the kids as dependents on their income taxes is, first and foremost, get out there and be the first one to file. Okay, that is the best thing you can do for yourself, simply because you don't want to have to wait a potentially really long time for that to get straightened out before the IRS comes to the right conclusion. So get it out there first. But either way, don't worry about ultimately the IRS coming to the right conclusion. Just worry about the fact that you may have to wait until the problem is straightened out. So I hope this was helpful. Again, my name is Brian Mayer. I'm an attorney practicing throughout Southern California. I'm a family law attorney, and feel free to get in touch with me if you need any extra help. Thank you.